All right, let's talk about the magic hiding inside pretty much all of our modern gadgets. We're going to uncover the one piece of tech that's responsible for making everything feel so incredibly fast. That silent, powerful engine inside your laptop, your phone, and even your gaming console. Seriously, have you ever stopped to think about it? You get a new laptop, you press the power button, and bam, you're at your desktop in like 10 seconds. All that waiting, all that worrying and clicking from older machines, it's just gone. So what on earth changed? I mean, the difference is just night and day, right? On one side, you've got the old way, waiting a minute or more to boot up, listening to the computer work, and always worrying about dropping it. And on the other side, today's world, instant on, total silence, and way more durable. The secret hero behind this whole transformation is something called the solid-state drive, or SSD for short. Now, to really get why SSDs are such a huge deal, we first need to take a quick look at what they replaced, the good old hard disk drive, the HDD. This was the standard for decades. Okay, so here's the absolute core of it. We went from a physical, mechanical system to one that's purely electronic. Think about an HDD like a tiny, super fast record player. It has a spinning platter and a little arm that has to physically move to find your data. An SSD, though, it uses something called flash memory. It's kind of like a giant grid with billions of microscopic light switches. The computer can flip any one of those switches on or off instantly. It's like having a massive digital library where you can pull any book off the shelf without even moving. And that, right there, is the single most important difference. It's all in the name, solid state. It's solid because absolutely nothing inside of it moves. And that one simple fact is where all of its amazing advantages come from. Okay, so no moving parts, we get that. But what is an SSD, really? Let's get a nice, clear definition down. So a couple of key things in there. Integrated circuit just means all your stuff, your operating system, your photos, all of it lives on a chip. And non-volatile? That's just a fancy way of saying the drive doesn't forget everything when you turn the power off. You could leave your computer off for a year and your data will still be there, safe and sound. And since it's all done with electricity, it is completely, totally silent. So how in the world do these things manage all our data so ridiculously fast with no moving parts? This is where it gets really cool. Let's peek under the hood and see how this silent workhorse actually gets the job done. It really boils down to two main parts. First, you've got the NAND flash memory itself. That's the physical space, those billions of tiny switches where your data actually lives. Think of it like a giant high-tech warehouse. And then you have the controller. The controller is the brain of the whole operation. It's a super powerful little processor that acts like the warehouse manager, figuring out exactly where to put data, finding it in an instant, and just generally keeping everything humming along perfectly. And this controller is incredibly smart. It doesn't just toss files wherever. It uses something called wear leveling to make sure it spreads the data out evenly, so no one part of the drive gets worn out before the others. Then, when you delete a file, a command called trim lets the controller know that space is now free. And then, and this is the clever part, a process called garbage collection proactively tidies up those old used blocks so they're fresh and ready for new data. It's this whole intelligent system that's the reason SSDs don't just start fast, they stay fast. So let's get to the payoff. What does all this techie stuff actually mean for you and how you use your computer every day? Well, the advantages are massive, and you feel them constantly. First and foremost, speed. We're not talking a little bit faster. We're talking a mind-blowing difference. It's launching a huge program in a couple of seconds instead of half a minute. It's loading a massive game level before you can even take a sip of your drink. This is the benefit you feel every single time you touch your device. It's a total game changer. And remember, no moving parts means there's nothing to break if you accidentally bump or drop your laptop. This makes SSDs so much more reliable. It protects your precious data and just means the drive itself is going to last a whole lot longer. That instant access to data makes your computer an absolute multitasking beast. You can have a bunch of programs running, dozens of browser tabs open, maybe even a video streaming, and the system doesn't even break a sweat. Everything just stays smooth. You know, moving things takes energy. Since SSDs don't have to spin any disks, they use way less power. That helps keep your computer running cool, and for a laptop, it means a real, noticeable improvement to your battery life. So when you lay it all out like this, the verdict is just crystal clear. For everything that really matters to your experience, speed, durability, power, noise, the SSD is the undisputed champion. The only place HDDs have held on is cost, but honestly, even that gap is shrinking all the time. It's exactly why SSDs are the standard now. It's really not an exaggeration to say that SSDs have completely revolutionized computing. They've made our digital lives faster, way more efficient, and just more dependable than ever before. It's one of those foundational technologies you don't always think about, but you definitely miss if it were gone.
And this quote just nails it, right? This technology isn't just a small upgrade. It's a fundamental shift that enables everything from those impossibly thin laptops we love to game consoles that can load these vast, detailed worlds in the blink of an eye.
You know, that jump from a spinning mechanical disk to a silent little chip, that was a huge leap. It really makes you wonder what's coming next. We're creating more data every single day, so the hunt for storage that's even faster, even denser, and even more efficient is never going to stop. So what do you think the next big revolution in storage will be?